Alive and alert on the north side of the dirt. It's your man D Real coming at you Thursday live, all the way live. Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. We're gonna start on time. We're gonna finish on time. When is that? When we get done. What the pastor always say, I won't be before you long. Wink, wink. I have not checked on the football game. Let me check on that real quick. I hope they ain't stomping the Bengals out too bad. Oh, the divisional game. They always play divisional games. Hard. So, okay. Whoa. Bro, compliments come. Whoa. I didn't even know y'all was up in here like that. Goodness gracious. Let me say hi. Okay. Hey, Grand Madam. I know you are always first. You are always the best. And if I have not said so, I appreciate you. Even though you're a Ravens fan. I'm playing. I swear I'm playing. Yeah, I appreciate you. Salute to you, sis. Anansi, master of stories. Greetings and salutations. Moyo King in the building. Hello, sir. How are you? The one and only Black Panther. Sup. Yeah. As jealous as I may be of Lamar Jackson's skills, I can't stand Joe Burrow. I'm gonna just say it. I can't, and now he done dyed his hair and he looked like a complete a-hole now with that, Yes, please, pin 40 on him, pin 50 on him, Baltimore, just because I don't like Joe Burrow. Period. And Jamar Chase ain't too far behind. Both of them are a couple of, let me stop. What was I talking all of that to myself? I told you all right with me, Grand Madam. All day, every day, twice on Sunday. Professor, how you doing, dog? You up in? Y'all pulled up, dang. Okay, y'all must have days when y'all just like we anxious to hear what D Real have to say, and other days y'all like I don't care what that Negro's saying. This must be one of them days y'all anxious to hear what I got to say. I will try not to disappoint. Hey, Kamoya, since you didn't like the self-stirring mug, check this one out. Old school hip hop cassette tapes. Bruh. This is how I do. What a law. I remember that album. Now I got a murder rap. Crew. Yeah. So yeah. Hip hop forever and ever some more. Thank you, Grand Madam. He told me I was being fancy because I had a self-stirring one. I purposely did not use that one tonight because I don't want Kamayo blasting me. Ever since the commies kicked behind Petrus 93 by TJ Watt. Come here, Joe Burrow. I got to get you. Niggling. I have not heard that word since elementary school, Grand Madam. Y'all sitting in the back sniggling. If I catch you, I'm going to paddle you. lot of us Gen Xers and baby boomers remember those days when teachers could just go ham on your ass, literally. um, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let that mug got a principal too. There he is, Paul Martin, Chicago, not Chicago. You a Chicago fan, ain't you, Paul? What is? No, I'm gonna wait for a couple more. Y'all get in here. Wait for. That's only 6 minutes, but y'all got in here fast. I like that y'all got in here fast. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate that y'all continue to mess with a brother. I appreciate that deeply, greatly, hugely, tremendously. Look here. Let me see what I got. What I got in the stash here. Ooh, Mary Sweet Mother Jesus. We're gonna be talking about a lot tonight. But we're gonna try to get it done in a timely manner. Let me write a few things down, y'all. And then we're gonna get into it. Yeah, I need to write these things down. This gonna be one tonight, y'all. If you dip out early, you're gonna be hot as fish grease. Cause I got some things lined up. Like I said, on X, some of it good, some of it bad. It just is what it is. Wow. You know, I'm the kind of person that likes to reminisce about stuff. Whether it was some stuff I used to watch, whether it was some stuff I used to do. And I tell people all the time, I got more fond memories. I got more happiness than I got regrets. That is largely because number one, I am a free thinker. I am a critical thinker. I think for myself. And number two, I did all the stupid stuff I was going to do before the internet. So there ain't no that, well, I did fall down in that one video, but I put that up because I wanted to make y'all laugh because I am an entertainer. And even when I ain't entertaining, I'm entertaining. Oh my goodness gracious. A lot of this we're going to talk about tonight. Some of it might be polarizing. Some of it may not be. Got an unboxing tonight. I think y'all gonna be excited about the unboxing. Okay. And let me say ahead of time, I do not mean to offend anybody. If you get offended, it is not intentional. My comic book shop did not have my Avengers 20. They told me to come back to mine. Okay. Look here, Bosco's. That's the name of the comic book store. Look here, Bosco's. You best have my Avengers. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't Ron O'Neal. I don't come see you anyway. Oh, When I saw that video, I immediately said he needs some milk. Ha 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 ha. Hey, what up, Theo? What up? What up? Good, you're here. Like I said from Ripsky, I enjoy reminiscing about some things. Now, let me set the stage for you. 1992, 93, somewhere around that time. Y'all may not realize it, but we had an explosion through that entire decade of Black superheroes on television, in the movies. We had Black superheroes. We had characters that could very well have been Black superheroes. And I thought about it. Some of them are serious contenders, and others, might just be good for a laugh or two. But show you what I'm talking about. Now, what if we speculating? What if these guys were something? How cool would that be? 90s, 2000s. This is what they gave you in movies and on television. Now, I remember a television show in the late 90s called Mummies Alive. Y'all remember Mummies Alive? Remember the little boy who's supposed to be a descendant of what was his name? Oh my God. Anywho, here, let me give y'all a little picture so y'all could see about the mummies. Now, what I'm saying is, we had reasons to be proud. You know what I mean? Of what was going on with us at the time. You feel me? Here, let me scooch it on in here so you can see it real quick like. Boom. That right there. Oh, hang on. We're going to get back to this one. But remember that? That little boy was dark, but you know what I'm saying? Why didn't y'all just go ahead and give him a fro or give him some cornrows or that show was fire, man. I think it only lasted like one season, maybe 2 seasons, and then they just pulled that jump. But we had projects. We had things going on. Why has it dried up? It's clear. Okay. Stuff like Blank Man and Steel, maybe questionable. But Meteor Man, regardless, a cult classic, but a solid movie. Hancock, pre-slap, Will couldn't do no wrong. Static Shock, we was waiting for that. When Milestone Comics came out. We like, can't be too far behind. I was looking for an Icon show, but Static seemed to hit the ground running. Solo. And Android supposedly made to look like Michael Jordan. And of course, Mantis. What if all them guys got together and formed a squad? And Catwoman. I can't forget about Catwoman. I don't really care for Catwoman, but Halle Berry. Halle Berry. You know what I'm saying? Jumping rooftop to rooftop in stiletto heels. Okay, you got cat agility. Let's just say that and leave it be. Well, dang, y'all are talkative tonight. I know y'all ain't. Okay, here we go. Y'all went off. Come on, you say that ain't a bad team? No, that's not a bad team at all because you covering all bases. You know what I mean? Black man acting like Handyman's twin brother. One and the same, right? In the solo novel, he was neither black nor white. If I recall, he just looked robotic. Well, I ain't talking about the novel. We talk about Mario Van Peebles as Solo. Solo was fire. Hancock deserves a sequel, and Mantis was ahead of its time. Wasn't it though? I love Carl Lumbly. The Chrysalis. Prince Rhapsodies. I knew Kamoyo was gonna come through for me. You's a Mummies Alive fan. You's a Mummies Alive fan. Hancock is 2000s, right? That's what I said. 90s, 2000s. 90s, 2000s. That's what this is about. It's about the 90s and the 2000s. The Static Shock cartoon didn't come out until the 2000s. Okay, but the vast majority of that stuff came out in 90s. Catwoman didn't come out till the 2000s. So we talking 2 decades. But like my point is, you had it. Now what we getting? Wonder Man? Yeah. Still was one of the worst movies we'd ever seen. But it was us being terrible. You know what I mean? I mean, Shaq in the 90s, if he wasn't on the court, to me, he wasn't doing nothing right. I'm still looking for Shaq because of Shaq Fu on Sega Genesis. Who remembers Shaq Fu? All it was a straight rip of Yai Kung Fu on Super Nintendo, and they just replaced Oolong with Shaq. That game didn't go over so well. And of course, Steel. And of course, his rap career. Yeah, Shaq was doing some things in the 90s, in the 2000s. I was trying to stream Meteor Man for free a few months ago, but I don't remember it streaming anywhere for free. Maybe we'll check Tubi and Freevee and Peacock. You know what I'm saying? Pluto. Maybe it's over there somewhere. And if it's not, talk to Robert Townsend. Say that why you named your character Solo. All right, see, these lost treasures, man, that we don't even, well, maybe not steal, but these treasures we don't talk about. This is us. We were doing it, man. The 90s was live, to say the least. You know what I'm saying? And the early 2000s, live. That's in terms of us and projects. You see what I'm saying? You can't string 2 projects with black characters in it together within a year or 2 years like this for nothing. So what you talking about, D? All right. Give you a little timeline. Let's see. Mantis came out in 94. See? So you was getting your fix. Meteor Man came out in 93. See, you was getting movies with black characters, action. We don't even remember, do we? Solo, 96. See what I'm saying? Bruh, we had it popping in the 90s, man. We had it popping. Blank Man, 94. Bruh. We was in there. We was doing it. And then Static Shock and Hancock and Catwoman came out in the 2000s. So it was still, it was way more, dare I say it, way more black representation in the 90s and the 2000s. And then let's not forget Blade in 98. Blade 2, what was that, 2003? 2002? Man, we was in there, y'all. We was in there. What happened? What happened? Look at y'all. Y'all look at that. 42 episodes of Mummies Alive. It had a $10 million budget. But they telling my man Greg he need $8 million just to get his started. So yeah. Because they never turned these films into franchises. Well, what about the TV shows, Professor? Static Shock. Mantis. If I'm not mistaken, Mantis only ran for 2 seasons. That was a great show. That was a great concept. That was a great everything. Yeah. Mantis ran for 2 seasons. And Gina Torres was in Mantis. Let me stop. Let me stop. I wonder if Hallie's Catwoman was supposed to be related to Eartha Kitt's. Nah, I think Eartha Kitt would have been mad about that. I like the lore behind Halle Berry's Catwoman movie and the exploration of her powers, but the dialogue and plot could have been a lot better. Bad cosmetics? Come on now. Mantis was my fry. You and me both, Grand Madam. I was on some Mantis. I pulled up early. Mummies Alive, 97. Mummies Alive was 97. And it ran for 1 season. So that was answering your question, sis. Couldn't figure out how Captain America can't get drunk, but Hancock way drunker than him. 2 different continuities. Captain America and Hancock don't exist in the same universe. There could be different rules. See, we want a continuous set of rules. Might be different. Ain't nothing wrong with it being different. Halle Berry's Catwoman probably was related to Eartha Kitt's Catwoman because they did show Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman in that movie. I think all Catwomen are related in that movie. True, I love Shaq Fu. I didn't say I love Shaq Fu. Actually, quite the opposite. That's what I'm saying. Shaq Fu. Let me take this down. Y'all know what's up. Shaq Fu, Professor, was a direct rip of Yai R Kung Fu. How many people remember that game on Super Nintendo? Go look it up. Same exact side-scrolling platform fighter. Same exact. Only difference was you had Shaq in it. That was the only difference. That game sucked ass. You know what I'm saying? They cheated, folks. Exactly. Shaq Fu. Wow. Remember Shaq Fu? Didn't play it, though. You ain't missing Jack. I promise you. It, again, a rip. Why, Shaq, why you couldn't come up with no original game, bro? Why you have to take Yai R Kung Fu and put you in it? Oh, well. Yes, someone did say Shaq Fu. You telling me you enjoyed Shaq Fu, D. Diesel? You must didn't play IR Kung Fu. Since Marvel owns the rights to Meteor Man, they should do something with this character. Professor, you know what they doing with the character? Wonder Man. That's what they doing with the character. I think we really should like stop placing expectations on Marvel Studios because they clearly DGAF. They DGAF. They if throw something on the wall and see what sticks was a company. Hey Kitty, how you doing, baby girl? Yes, especially with the multiverse concept that Marvel Studios has going on. They could put a gang of stuff into that year. You know what I was thinking about the other day? While I was thinking about that, you know who would fit perfectly into the MCU right now? The at the rate they going and the way they pull characters and the style that they use. Red Wolf. Remember Red Wolf? He's an Indian dude. He was an indigenous person. Pardon me. With a bow staff, an axe, bow and arrows, and a wolf homie named Lobo. While we at it, why we ain't got a Red Wolf and Lobo? Let me stop. I'm doing too much thinking. I can make my own Red Wolf and Lobo. Thank you very much. Static Shock. Yes, it was fire. Static Shock squared off with the Justice League, which I thought was pretty cool too. Add the Black Knight from the Nightman show. Or well, no, that's too far ahead. I like Jimmy Olsen's Guardian on Supergirl, but what you gonna do, right? Cadillacs and dinosaurs, yeah, and dinosaurs, but wasn't a lot of bros in them. So you played most 90s fighting games? Let me see. Of course, Namco, period. So every Tekken, every Soul Calibur, and even the obscure ones, Fighting Masters on Sega Genesis, Eternal Warriors on Sega Genesis, Justice League Task Force on Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, of course, Street Fighter, and Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, I played a lot of fighting games too. Bloody Roar. Fighting games was my thing. I if it was a fighting game, I'd at least try it. There's also one on Sega Genesis. I still have it. If you can find it, it's called Fighting Masters. Actually, a very good fighting game. What have been dope? What would have been dope was a team of human level black action human level heroes. Okay, human level. Gotcha. Shaft, B.A. Baracus, Hawk, Rico Tubbs, and Foxy Brown. Maybe. You said Red Wolf is a dude, so yeah, they ain't touching him. But Red Wolf is a diversity. He's the DEI hire, right? They're trying to be diverse. That's what Marvel and DC are on right now. They're trying to be the most diverse comic book company out there. So they gay, make a story about them. They black, make a story about them. They anything other than Caucasian, make a story about them. But don't let nobody shine. Don't let nobody shine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Marvel good for 15 issues when it comes to minorities. Street Fighter is still king of 2D fighters, but SNK King of Fighters is a worthy mention, as well as World Heroes. And one that was a little more complex but more realistic, Virtua Fighter. Bruh, I done did them all. Ready to rumble boxing? If you was fighting fight night, if you was fighting in a game, I had it. More than likely. I had issues back then. I was aggressive. And we would get together and we had, all the homies get together and we got vibing. Except we was playing Soul Calibur for money. You know what I mean? So a lot of winning and losing was done in those days. Why not race swap a character like Paladin? Not popular, race irrelevant. Or use the Black Nighthawk instead of Wonder Mane. You preaching to the choir, Paul Martin. Anything but Wonder Mane. You know what I mean? They don't get it. They don't get it. They're gonna keep doing it until they go broke. Because they think they're doing the right thing and they listening to them stands and them stands is telling them wrong, and you see the result. Should have just made him Mal Duncan instead of Olsen. It could have been done. It could have been done. It could have been done. I ain't gonna argue with you on that one. It could have been done. It should have been done. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken. Yeah, I had every version of Tekken. And I think guys still do everything except 8, I think. I've got everything except 8. And I've got Soul Calibur up to 6. And Street Fighter, I think the last Street Fighter thing I bought was Street Fighter versus Tekken. Best of both worlds. Yep, all that. Virtua Fighter was the template for Tekken, both still dope. Virtua Fighter had a different fight engine than Tekken did. It seemed like it was more akin to actual fighting, dare I say. And Gray is in the building. Better like that never, homie. Yep, thanks for reminding me. I had Samurai Showdown on a game system called 3DO. Who remembers 3DO? 3DO also had a fighting game. It was like a first-person fighter. I forget the name of it, but it was like you would run in. It was like real people. And because Richard Norton actually did some of the motion capture for the game. He was one of the characters in the game. You don't know who Richard Norton is. You clearly do not watch martial arts movies. He's in a bunch of China O'Brien movies. He was in Mr. Nice Guy with Jackie Chan. That guy. Anyways, it was almost like Punch Out, but it was real life. It was a live action person, and you had to throw the right punch or the right kick or the right block when it kind of flashed. And if you didn't, they beat you up and knock you out, and you had to start all over again. So, yeah. Oh, Keita, you got me. I never played Rival Schools. Diversity means LGBTQ, skin color, and boobs, as my godson says. And the list goes on and on and on. You could pull a bunch of them out. I bet somebody gonna say something about Guilty Gear. What else? I don't know. Bam! Told you. Fatal Fury. Guilty Gear. There it is. Yeah, Samurai Show. Oh, see, we done segued because y'all like. Yes, we played Def Jam. Yes, we did. Tekken 8 story is whack. Heihachi gets randomly resurrected like a comic book villain. As does Kazuya and Jin. I mean, over the course of that game, I think everybody done died. The Mishimas done all died and got resurrected at some point or another. There was one where was it 5 or 6 where Jin Pachi, Heihachi's father, was the boss. Bruh. I do them joints. My man, I knew you knew. Yep, Norton was the Scott Atkins before Scott Atkins. He was nice. He's nice with his. I ain't mad at him. Yeah. I never, like I said, I never played Rival Schools, but yeah. Yep. The Thunder from Down Under. Yes, sir. Mr. Richard Norton. You see how good we feeling right now? You see how the energy is in this live? Well, I'm about to ruin it, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's go on ahead and talk about it. Let's get it out of the way. So moving forward, we don't have to be upset about it. We probably pissed and moaned about it pretty thoroughly on Theo's live yesterday, but I want to come at it from a different angle. Can we do that? Can we come at it from a different angle? Okay. The atmosphere after the result was fear. We're afraid. Well, some of us are. Others of us are angry. And some of us are, you know what? Check this out. That's all Mary had to say. I thought better of us. Question. Who the us she talking about? What us is Mary Trump talking about? White women? Latinos? Or white men? Nah, couldn't be white men. We're always disappointed in them. So let me throw something out here real quick. Because I know we've been looking at this. Yeah. 39% of white men voted Democrat, while 59% of white men voted Republican. 47% of white women voted Democrat. 52% of white women voted Republican. Now let's dip down a couple because we know it wasn't black men or black women, as we can plainly see, because that is the longest one for the blue. We dip down here to Latino men. 44% of Latino men voted Democrat, while 54% of them voted Republican. And it sure wasn't they women. It does not look like it was they women. And all other races voted Democrat. So if all other races, that's indigenous. There's more indigenous people in this country than anything. Still didn't win? Still didn't win. Okay. Let's look at another demographic. I'm sorry, not that one. This one. So, again, we know it wasn't black men and black women. But this is a different demographic. And the number, well, what it is, some of these are, well, one is during the election and one is when it's complete. This one was during. So, how did we lose? How did the Democrats lose? How did they lose? How is our country going to lose? He's already talking about mass deportation is what he's going to do first. You cannot massively deport illegal immigrants without breaking up families. I'll tell you straight up, if you're not supposed to be in this country, then you shouldn't be in it. If you're not in it legally, that's what I'm talking about. But I didn't know that immigration was that big of a problem to the point where we're in panic about it. They're taking all the black jobs. Is that how bad it was? Oh, we got a new bottom rung. And speaking of the bottom rung, I'll get back to it in a second. But I guess my thought about it is, what are we going to do? Because I'm a solutions person. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Are we just going to... we just going to say, all right, I guess that's it. We're done. Now, let me say something to y'all. I've been telling people about third-party candidates since before the damn election began. But nobody wants to do the legwork that it's going to take to back a third-party candidate. And then on top of that, why don't somebody wake Joe up and tell Joe to try to put some kind of stopgap in place, make some rulings, elect some Supreme Court justices, any damn thing to keep this man from using this unchecked power to do God knows what to this country. Because they got control of the Senate. That means whatever crazy idea come into his head, let's do it. And if folks don't like it, got the Supreme Court and a crap ton of judges. That's what I'm saying, man. The time to do anything about Trump has passed. And let me say, whoever plans or plots for Trump, they do it like a freaking super villain. They do it like Lex Luthor. Or they do it like Dr. Doom. Well, if this don't work, I got this fail safe in place. The man slippery as snot. As soon as he get in, I bet one of the things he's going to do is have the new attorney general pardon him. Talk about unchecked power. I mean, What is I found a post today that really put it in perspective for me. Check this out, y'all. To be fair, President Trump wasn't that bad, other than, you ready? When he incited an insurrection against the government, mismanaged the pandemic that killed 1 million Americans, separated children from their families, lost those children into bureaucracy, tear gassed peaceful protesters on Lafayette Square so he could hold a photo op holding a Bible in front of a church, upside down, I might add. Tried to block all Muslims from entering the country, got impeached again, had the worst job record of any president in modern history, pressured Ukraine to dig up dirt on Joe Biden, fired the FBI director for investigating his ties to Russia. Oh boy, that's going to go into overdrive. Bragged about firing the FBI director on TV, took Vladimir Putin's word over the U.S. intelligence community, diverted military funding to build his wall, caused the longest government shutdown in U.S. history, called Black Lives Matter a symbol of hate, lied nearly 40,000 times, banned transgender people from serving in the military, ejected reporters from the White House briefing room who asked tough questions, vetoed the defense funding bill because it renamed military bases named for Confederate soldiers, refused to release his tax returns, increased the national debt by $8 trillion, had 3 of the highest annual trade deficits in U.S. history, called veterans and soldiers who died in combat losers and suckers, coddled the Saudi Arabian after he coddled the leader of Saudi Arabia after he ordered the execution and dismembering of a U.S. journalist, refused to concede the 2020 election, hired his unqualified daughter and son-in-law to work in the White House, called neo-Nazis very fine people, walked out of an interview with Leslie Stahl, suggested that people should inject bleach into their bodies to fight COVID, abandon our allies, the Kurds, to Turkey, pushed through massive tax cuts for the wealthiest, but balked at helping Americans, incited anti-lockdown protesters in several states at the height of the pandemic, withdrew from the U.S. Paris Climate Accords, withdrew the U.S. from the Iranian nuclear deal, withdrew the U.S. from the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which was designed to block China's advances, insulted his own cabinet members on Twitter, pushed the leader of Montenegro out of his way just to take a picture, failed to reiterate U.S. commitment to defending NATO allies, called Haiti and African nations shithole countries, called the city of Baltimore the worst in the nation, claimed that he single-handedly brought back the phrase Merry Christmas, even though it didn't go anywhere, forced his cabinet members to praise him publicly like some cult leader, believed he should be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, berated and belittled his hand-picked attorney general when he rescued himself from the Russia probe, suggested that the U.S. should buy Greenland. And I ain't even halfway through the list. I have a passport. That's all I'm going to say about that. Okay. Impeachments 3, 4, and 5 coming. Okay. I'm not being pro-conservative, Anansi, but my question is, how? How you going to impeach that guy? He's got his fingers in everything. Or he's got his fingers on somebody who's got their fingers in everything. There ain't but one way to change the problem, but you could potentially make it worse. Paul Martin say Facebook killed a joke post I put up. I posted a pic with a banner saying Al Bundy for president 2024. I said, if we're gonna go dumpster diving, Mary Trump has been, I know, I'm well aware. I merely was pointing out the fact she disappointed. Who she disappointed in? She disappointed in Latinos and white women. That's who she disappointed in. Us ain't, not this us. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of us, but it was apparently it was not enough of us to make that not happen. The orange one represents to a certain group virility and the epitome of heterosexuality. That's why the cult didn't care about the grab them there and the Stormy Daniels thing, because she's a porno star, but she ain't a human being, so she don't deserve to be treated like a human being. Got it. You cannot mass deport illegal immigrants without including those who look like immigrants. Facts. Theo, that's where I'm at. Because y'all tell me what you want to tell me, but how you going to circumvent all of this conservatism? How you going to circumvent this cult? I'm not scared. I ain't panicking. I fight. And when you are in a fight and there is no discernible way to win, you got to go outside the rules. You just do. I'm not talking about a contest in a ring or an octagon. I'm talking about a fight. This is a fight. Make no mistake. It's a fight for not becoming a dictatorship. Hey, Jerence, you know what T'Challa would do, Jerence? Put the dagger where it belongs. Take that how you will, sir. Exactly. That's all I'm saying, Kamoyo. We gotta now, right now, is the time to start backing someone like a Jill Stein or a Cornel West or whoever else independently you want to see make something happen. Get some backing, get some funding, all of that. Push that candidate. Man, I can't tell you how disappointed I was when Bernie didn't run, because Bernie would have put all of this crap to rest and would have done things so that this wouldn't happen. Whether Biden does it or before January 20th, stuff need to be put in place to at least pause him. Trump will not be inaugurated. You heard it here first. They call me prophet, but I will defer to your knowledge. If you say he won't be nominated, all right. What would T'Challa's brother Hunter do? Worse than T'Challa, arguably. Is somebody checking the algorithms on those election machines on the low? Well, that choice ballot, that should never have been on there. That should never have been on there. Grand Madam said T'Challa would shake his head and say, Americans. Not even really a tough guy, yet brings out the punk in media and pundits. Just because you talk the loudest, it clearly does not mean you the wisest. That's what I say about him. Period, point blank. That's what I said, Juju. This is going to be an interesting 4 years. Biden had a majority in the House and a tiebreaker in the Senate. This failure is on this administration. Not going to argue with you, Keita. Somebody hit. The woman had what, 2-3 months to get ready? Maybe it take more than being the attorney general and the vice president and being good at debating and deliberating and all of that type of thing. That too, Kamoya. If Cheeto Man get his way, it might not be a presidency no more. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about, putting a stopgap in place. If this man start putting up legislation that say in 4 years the presidency ends and whoever's in the White House right now becomes the supreme commander of the freaking United States, what's to stop him from doing that? I'm just saying, I could be wrong, but what's to stop him from doing that? Project 2025 say anybody who ain't on par, online, in unison, lockstep with the current government ain't gonna have a government job. Getting rid of Department of Education, cutting Medicaid and Medicare. See, all them poor people who voted against their own interests are going to feel it. Oh, well, the eggs gonna be cheaper, grocery gonna come down. We shall see. And I'm gonna be looking at all you people that voted for Trump when the groceries don't go down, and when you can't buy a house and all that type of stuff, and be like, what show enough say? Stings a little, don't it? Huh. Yeah, he does. He does, because I got folks I kicked it with that swear up and this is what I was told. We are all Americans. Yeah, we're all Americans. Unfortunately, we don't all get treated like Americans. And that is the problem. See, I tell you what. Trump isn't even the worst thing coming. He's a monster, but he's an idiot. I'm more worried about the sophisticated monster on the horizon. How about this? How about when old 78-year-old Trump becomes senile like Joe Biden? Worse, what if he dies in office? Do you want J.D. Vance running the country? Yeah, marinate on that. Hey, Grand Madam, all I can think about is Padme's quote from The Phantom Menace. And y'all know what I'm talking about. So this is how democracy dies, to thunderous applause. Woo! Emperor Trumpeting. That's what he want to be. That's why I said like, Kamoyo. Like. I'm not saying them too. I'm just saying it need to be somebody who ain't blue or red. period. Because you're going to get the same result dealing with blue or red. We might have got a different result if we'd have got a woman in there. Why do I say that? Because men been effing it up for decades. A woman couldn't have done no worse. I ain't saying she was going to, be sparklingly fantastic, over the top, better than any man who's ever done it, but couldn't have been no worse. Again, like someone who's not a Republican, someone who's not a Democrat. It don't gotta be Jill Stein. It definitely don't gotta be Cornel West. I'm just saying, stop going blue, stop going red. You've seen the results. Every 4 years, you've seen the results. Why do we keep doing the same shit and expect a different result? I'm not saying don't vote, but why are you going to keep voting for Republicans and Republicans ain't doing nothing for you? Why are you going to keep voting for Democrats and Democrats ain't doing nothing for you? It shouldn't be about no lesser of two evils stuff. It shouldn't be that. You should be what? Kennedy? Obama? Them the last two candidates people felt good getting behind? Pause. Yeah, they want Vance in there because they can control him much easier. Good night, Juju. Kamala had no time to truly make her argument. Biden should have never went for a second term, should have been primaries and everything to pick the best candidate. Perhaps. If. Kamoyo, if Kamala had no time, how would there be time for primary to whittle down candidates? Here we go. Uh-oh. That part right there. Go black. I ain't so sure about that one either. Who black we voting for? Jasmine Crockett gonna run? I don't know. Who black we feel good saying here, go independent and run. They always take our leaders, don't they? Call it what it is, man. Conspiracy of the highest order. But why? Why is this happening? Why? Real easy. I'm breaking it down for you. Okay. PCP. No, not the drug. PCP. Palm-colored paranoia. Okay. I know some of y'all have seen it, and it's been posted on Twitter, and it's been posted on X. It's a video from X, and you need to watch it in its entirety. There's a young Asian man, and he is interviewing a man who is clearly a racist. You know he's a racist because when you hear him talk, all he does is deny and deflect. This man said, when asked, why did this election go down the way it went down? Because the white man in America was in fear of collectively becoming the inferior race. Oh, so it is about race. Why do these brothers like Charleston White and these other cats keep talking and pontificating against their best interests? Why do people like Umar Johnson tell folks not to vote? You are influential, Mr. Johnson, and anything you do should be done to fortify the black race, not break it down, not make it less than what it is. These people are afraid for their livelihood, for their quote unquote standing. This is why what's happening is happening. And the propaganda and the brainwash is to make everybody else who ain't white believe they're a part of it. You ain't. Not when it's cats like there that was on Vice talking about they don't want to be inferior. So they're gonna do what they gotta do to not be inferior. Really? I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm gonna just stay ready. And that's what I suggest y'all do. Stay ready. Stay on your toes. Be prepared to do what you need to do to get stuff done. Let me lighten it up a little bit, y'all. I got a figure. I got a action figure. Pull out my trusty filleting knife. I can cut somebody in half with this. Real talk. It's the sharpest knife on earth. It's the Nemesis Immortal. Okay, let's break this sucker out. Break it on down. I like this. It's nice. He's big too. He's a big fella. How many of y'all remember the Nemesis Enforcer from G.I. Joe? This mug is hefty, bro. He got some girth to him. Oh, they've got it tied. I ain't never. Where my scissors? Look this. Ain't nobody got time for that. He's got wings. He's got wings. Let's be careful now. Man, Nemesis Enforcer was lifting tanks and shit. How Sergeant Slaughter beat him? I don't understand it. Oh, it's got those things. I hate those things. Stop putting those on action figures, Hasbro. Them little plastic thingies. They are a pain in the booty cheeks. Pause. Okay. And so there he is. He's called Nemesis Immortal because he's got a little more going on than Nemesis Enforcer. First, Let me pull out the wings. We love things that fly. And so you got this wing pack. Oh, the wings are sheer. I like that. That's very cool. And this is the nemesis we may remember from the Joes. The one lifting up tanks and busting through stuff with them elbow knives. Yeah, Nemesis Enforcer ain't no punk. He ain't no punk. I like those wings. They're leathery and see-through, and I think that's pretty cool. So there you go. That's the wings. He's also got, I don't know what to call this. It looks like he got a face hugger that fits on his back. That's what it looks like to me anyway. Is a face hugger. And so you could flip that instead of having the wings on. You switch it up because he's from Cobra. La 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 la. Remember that? So whatever those. Oh yeah, those are snakes, bro. Okay. Nemesis Immortal. That's kind of fun. And then he's got a change of hands. He's got an extra head sculpt. And he has these nifty blades. What does Nemesis Enforcer need swords for if he's got elbow blades? I guess you can never have enough cutting tools. You can holster these junks. That's where they go? Sure, why not? Your Nemesis Immortal, ladies and gentlemen. You could do it with wings. You could do it with snake heads. And you should probably make note of the alternate head sculpt. So, let's see what y'all thinking about the Nemesis Enforcer / Immortal. I knew you'd be excited about it. Yeah. That's the one. And he's thick too, man. He's like I think he's 8. Yep. 7 inches. 7 inches. He's a big Nemesis Enforcer. Can I do it? No, that's upside down. There you go. Take a picture, it lasts longer. You know we're going to be doing some things with him. Yep. They call him the Nemesis Immortal. Anansi. Yeah, soon as I seen that thing, bro, I was like, yeah, I ain't seen him in a minute. Yeah, he is. He beefy as hell. Yep, lifting up tanks and carrying on and tearing through stuff. Yeah, Nemesis Enforcer is that cat. So, what do he look like next to a 6-inch character? Ooh wee. He make a 6-inch character look like a baby. Look at that. The size difference. Not just height. He chunky. Like that Kirby Crackle. Yeah, me too. Okay, y'all. Where we at? Oh, speaking of action figures, I heard they coming out with a Magus action figure and an Adam Warlock action figure. You know where I'm going now, right? Okay. We had an Adam Warlock based on his time with the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comics. Then we got this person, Will Poulter, as Adam Warlock. That's not what we wanted. We wanted either this Shazam Lightning on the chest optional, or this. I like the Jim Starlin look, which is what this is right here. Or even we had an Infinity Watch Warlock with the we need that Warlock right there. That is the Warlock that I like. Also, guess who else is getting a figure? That crazy mofo right there. But we're going to need that one. We're going to need Magus with the fro. He is an evil future version of Adam Warlock, for those that do not know it. How tough is he? How strong is he? How powerful is he? Well, that's Thanos he's going toe-to-toe with. And holding his own. Again, Jim Starlin Warlock, issue 11. Not only taking on, but busting his you-know-what. So, even then, Thanos was fighting the Magus as a distraction. And ultimately, Thanos is Thanos. So he's going to be that bad guy, villain, a-hole type. But I showed that simply to show the Magus ain't no punk. And they putting out a Black Bolt and Triton pack for the Inhumans. Why can't Gorgon get no love? Why can't Gorgon get no respect? We don't have a Gorgon figure. We got a Black Bolt figure. Can we get all of the Inhumans before we get another Black Bolt? It was like Theo said, I guess it's because, everybody getting laid off at Hasbro. Don't nobody want to make no action figures. So, I don't know how that works. I want a Panther Buster too, Kamoyo. I want a Panther Buster too. That'd be a cold-ass Panther Buster, wouldn't it? That would be diggity dope, wouldn't it? Yeah, that's what I need for a Panther Buster. That would be clean. That would be very, very clean. So y'all want a Panther Buster? I want a Panther Buster. I would love a Panther Buster. But somebody gonna have to custom it, just like we custom in all of these Nubias and icons, and you can't get no, you know what I'm saying? You can't get no act right no more from nobody. It's very, very frustrating. What y'all talking about? This. Yes, Paul. But I like Adam Warlock. I didn't like that Adam Warlock. I like the character of Adam Warlock. And if it had been done right, you say the Magus was always hiring. Yes, he was. He had that work for every and all. Ain't no black figures coming out next year. I think we made Hasbro mad. Been saying that. Yes, we have. Time to stop saying it. Start doing it. Somebody call Ray Smith. We need a Panther Buster. Where's E-Viewing's T'Challa Marvel Legends figure at? Gray, I did a video on that very thing last night, among others. Yeah. Oh, what you waiting on? Well, according to Theo, 2026. A 3D head sculpt on a Hulkbuster or Detroit Steel body. Detroit Steel would be easier to customize. I'm getting me a new Dremel set. It's about to go down. That's all I'm gonna say. Adam Warlock and Mantis was better written in Guardians video game than in the MCU. They didn't even bother to write nothing. It just, yeah, it was stupid. Did they make a figure of Priest's blatant Black Panther ripoff Red Lion? Not that I want. No. And it would be so easy to make a Red Lion. Childishly simple. All you need is red dye. And some. That's it. You'd have a Red Lion. Red Lion is super easy to make. That ain't even gonna be no. That ain't gonna be no hard. That's light work. That ain't even. That's kit bashing. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even. Yeah, you ain't got to do nothing. It just. Yeah, kit bashing. Easy. Light work. Liggity light work. What else we talking about? What else was we talking about? Hey, them my dogs, y'all. I don't want to say nothing about my dogs other than them's my dogs. This is for my dog. 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 This is for my dogs. This is for my dogs. Just that's it. The brown and white one's Khaleesi, and the black one's Chief. Chief is younger than Khaleesi, but yeah. Well, Kamoyo, he don't give her much of a choice as far as getting along. Cause see that little pad over to the left, that's where he supposed to lay, and that's right outside the office here. I don't know. I don't know if it's because he a boy or because she's much older than him and she just defers and is like, I ain't even got time to fool around with y'all. She's almost 10 years old. And he's 8 months. You know what I'm saying? So he's a puppy. For all intents and purposes. He still don't even listen to me. I'll be wanting to grab him by his motherfucking. Let me shut up. Let me shut up. Hey, sometimes, man. Sometimes. Is anyone painting their Wonder? Hell no. Because he's not going to stay black, Paul. Are they going to turn Simon Williams black in the comics? No. Are they going to turn Eric Williams black in the comics? No. So yeah, I ain't wasting my paint. Uh, y'all want to see some cool ass art? Do you want to see some really banging ass art? All right, here you go. This is the cover to Space Ghost #7. You're welcome. This book comes out next week, and Space Ghost is going to be squaring off against the Creature King. For those of you that do not know who the Creature King is, first, classic Space Ghost villain. Second, he controls a menagerie of monsters from different planets, and he has a helmet that allows him to control them. I think Space Ghost knows this, and is probably gonna get that helmet up off of him before too many monsters dogpile on him. But if you want to dive on at this point, you can. But I put it like this: Space Ghost is not boring, not to me. David Pepos is on the story, and Jonathan Lau doing the art. That is the main cover. But like Dynamite, they make like 7, 8 variants. So check it out. Just check it out. You don't like it, you ain't got to buy another one ever again in life. But check the joint out. Because I've been posting videos and I've been telling y'all about it. And you know, I've been down with Space Ghost since the Hanna-Barbera days. So you know, Space Ghost Coast to Coast was an insult to me, even though I did watch it. That cover does go hard, don't it? If they were ranking Space Ghost using Marvel's strength class rating, where is Space Ghost? Honestly, strength-wise, I think Space Ghost is somewhere between maybe the 10, 50-ton range, somewhere in there. Because he's strong, and he's, you know, he's resilient. He isn't invulnerable at all, but he can take a hit. Imagine Batman. If Batman's only weapons were power bands and the ability to turn invisible. That's what it appears anyway, from all of the things that I've seen Space Ghost do. You know what I mean? Assisted and unassisted. So he's gotta be. You know what I mean? You can't be holding up no spaceship. You know, and I know a spaceship weigh a couple tons. Maybe maybe it's weightless out in space, but he's lifted ships on in the gravity in the gravity of a planet. So yeah, that's about where I would put him. And since Paul did it, let's do it. Q&A, y'all. Hit me. Give me what you got. Nobody got no questions. Nothing they want to ask, nothing they thinking about, nothing they want to share. Nothing. Okay. Okie dokily do, kids. Then I guess we are gonna get done early tonight. What y'all talk about? Can Lamar Hoskins become viable? Panthro, if you are speaking of Battlestar in the comics, team him with Sam and see what happens. It seemed like that's the only black superhero gonna survive anything in the coming year because he's wearing the flag. Boom. How did Alaska do on the state and local measures? We only had like 2 really major ones, and I think as far as veterans being able to vote and not tell what their party preference is, because the measure wanted people, if it would have passed, people would have had to let folks know in the military who they were voting. Glad that didn't pass. And on that ranked voting, it's stupid. Because they can take the vote, your second or your third or your fourth choice. Well, that person, we can take the next person he chose. And then that's a vote for them. Nah, you asked me choices. You didn't, I'm going to take your choice and use it. No. Did you check out my new and improved Blue Marvel? Yes, sir. I saw your Blue Marvel with the Chadwick Boseman head sculpt. Kudos to you, Mr. Gray. Who makes you most nervous as threat to Chiefs? Bills, Ravens, or Steelers? Honestly, out of them 3, probably the Steelers. Because the Steelers got defense. And defense, that not only do they got defense that scores. So, yeah. Pat been throwing picks. Carson still been dropping the ball. Travis Kelce been dropping the ball, fumbling. And Steelers is known for making that type of stuff happen. Yeah. Steelers make me nervous. Bills, they get their ass kicked perpetually. I'm not worried about the Bills. Yeah, they made some moves, but so the F what? Still spanking that ass. Ravens, done already spanked that ass. So we'll probably see them again in the playoffs if either the Bills or the Steelers don't bump them off. So there you go. Oh, Panther, are you talking about Space Ghost Class 10 strength? That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't sit him flat Class 10. Maybe somewhere in the 15, 20 ton range. Maybe just as strong, if not a wee bit stronger than Spider-Man. Oh, it was Jonathan Majors. My bad. It was Jonathan Majors. I apologize, Gray. I apologize. And I knew that. I don't know why I said Chadwick Boseman. My bad. I apologize, bro. I apologize. What else? Sorry for the delay. I was still on Lamar. Do you think super strength minus invulnerability is dumb? Does that rule out force fields and body transformation, Paul Martin? Because body transformation can be a form of invulnerability, a la Crusher Krill, the Absorbing Man. While not invulnerable himself, he can absorb the qualities of material items that can make him temporarily invulnerable. So, are we talking about like that, or are we just talking about like a straight strong guy like these giant men you're talking about? Super strength by itself isn't necessarily dumb. No, super strength by itself ain't dumb. Spider-Man's not invulnerable. And I can name a few other characters who aren't invulnerable, but have super strength. So, nah, you can have super strength and something else can compensate for the lack of invulnerability. In the case of Spider-Man, super agile. So, he doesn't have to be invulnerable because he relies more on his agility than having to be invulnerable. I think that about sums it up. Unless I'm tripping. I ain't tripping, right? What else? What else you got? Nemesis Enforcer / Immortal would like to know. What G.I. Joe am I going to have him beat up? That right there. Let's talk about that. Those are some creepy A wings. So freaking creepy. I do not know what they was thinking about when they made these wings. They try to make him look like a bug and a snake. Am I going to watch the Luther Vandross documentary when it hits streaming? Probably, yeah. I'm curious to see some things I didn't know about Luther. Yeah, absolutely. And I have a question for y'all. I think I have a question for y'all. Boom. Here's my question to the Rock With Me Nation. Is that movie going to put butts in seats? Are y'all waiting to see that? Or are y'all going to be like, oh, I just wait for it to come on streaming? We just going to wait for it to come on streaming? Seems like that's what a lot of people do these days. But is the movie experience overrated anymore these days? Is it like nobody wants to go to a movie anymore? I don't know. I guess I grew up doing movies, so movie theaters to me ain't a dead technology yet. Did you see the Dennis Smith dunk tonight? No, I did not. Was it better than the Saquon Barkley run? So in comics, Nemesis Enforcer, Immortal sightings were the reason for the idea of vampires in folklore. I could see that, especially with the wings and this head sculpt. Paul Martin, that's about what I expected you to say. Panthers buying advance tickets. It comes out next week. No, the 22nd. Sorry. He said close, but nope. Ew, okay. Gonna go see it My home theater is in storage. Plus, I always see Denzel in theaters first. Thank you. There you go. Support that man. Well, you ain't really supporting him. Well, you are, but you supporting a lot of other folks too. I enjoy dinner and a movie when the restaurant is in the theater. You know what? We actually have a theater here like that. It's called the Beartooth. You can get pizza, you can get salads, you can get beer, um, you get wine. You order a whole meal, and they got tables in front of the seats in the theater, so you could just they'll bring it. You get one of those like little plaque, not a placard, but like a number, and then they come find your number and bring you your food. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Beartooth Theater is pretty cool. Nemesis is like 1,000 years old, maybe older. Maybe he'll have him fight Thor. Nah, he'll get washed. Anyway, if Tarantino would allow it, would you rather see or read Django versus Predators or versus Aliens? Aliens. I'd be curious to see how cowboys do against face huggers and acid filled creatures. They probably get murdered like everybody else. I am spoiled to dine in theater, very bougie. Then you, sir, would enjoy the crap out of the Beartooth Theater. Okie dokie, kiddies. It ain't that time, but I'm about to make it that time because I got things I need to do. I would be remiss if I did not tell you about Friday Vibing. We're gonna be Friday Vibing. It will be a general Friday Vibing. I have a guest this week. The guest I was planning to have had another engagement, so I will hit him up next week and see what's sticking. And we most likely will have a guest for Friday Vibing next week, though. You running away. Okay. Look here, y'all. Tune in. Same real time, same real channel. Your man D Real, your man Theo B. We gonna be in here vibing. Bring what you drink, bring what you smoke. We gonna get low and make a wonderful, wonderful time of it. All right, y'all. That's it for now, y'all. But fret not. I will be coming at you with another one of them other ones. And until I do, y'all be good. Be good to each other. Do not freak out. Do not panic. All things work to the good. All things work to the good. All things may not look like it, but they do. Peace, y'all.